Hey guys, what's up? It's me. I'm sorry. I'm reading an email. It's me again, back on the channel with another one, and today I'm gonna fall to my vices. I'm going back to the bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm going back to the bullshit. Well, it's not so much bullshit, but it is more in the dramatic sense instead of going for my music, my sports reactions, my short documentary reactions here and there. I've been loving the heavy metal thing, but I think I'm gonna switch it up to going into country music reactions also. Because me, my friends, and damn near everyone I've talked about, I've always been in the consensus of we listen to everything but country music, and I think I need to change that. Because I realized, like, when I listened to that song "Shallow" from that Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper movie, that if that is country, I actually like this shit, bro. It sends me into a different stratosphere. So I want to see what's so deep about country. People say it's like the heart and soul of the white man, or some shit like that. It speaks to the heart and shit. You know, it speaks to struggle and love. I want to get some of those feels. Pause. And I'm tomorrow actually. I'm gonna do it. Tomorrow I'm gonna do it. A country reaction and a sports reaction. I'm gonna do two for two if I want to, or I might just drop one. But anyway, today's one is titled Rape Victim Gets Pregnant. This has been a debate here and there for me for a while now, since college, in terms of conversations I've had with people. In terms of, like, even the rules of abortion. What if the woman was raped? Shouldn't she be allowed to maybe kill the baby? I don't know if, let's not say kill the baby, but like a deal with the fetus in terms of those circumstances, or are you gonna force someone to have that? How will they be able to handle it mentally? You never know. You know, some people, even when it's their baby and like they've conceived that child in the normal or the conventional way, and everything is fine around them, they still end up being very abusive, very mentally draining, etc., in terms of being parents. So what if those same type of people are now put in like a traumatic situation or a dramatic situation such as this? How will they treat the child? Um, those are just a few thoughts I have in terms of that and in terms of conversations I had. So without further ado, rape victim gets pregnant. Let's get to it.
Yes, I went through with Ron,
Oh,
but I put it.
sorry, volume was down, screen and shit. I must have been watching something.
How mad I am about the rapes and abuse I went through with Ron. If I put it on a scale of 1 to 10, it wouldn't even register. It upsets me that he was able to get away with it as many times as he did. It upsets me that he would now turn around and say, oh, I would never do that. Or when he does bring it up and actually admits to it to people, he starts laughing about it. I was in a relationship with Ron for off and on.
He's a rapist. Roll credits. He's a rapist. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't judge a book by its cover, but you're supposed to judge a book by its cover because that's how the book presents itself to you, to interest you into reading it in the first place. You judge your book by its front cover, how appealing it is to you, what emotions and like images it strokes in your mind, and then you judge a book by its back cover, by what it tells you is inside the book and what the book entails. He is a rapist. I'm judging him by his cover. Period. Period. Bro. Rape.
For about 7 years. He was great in the beginning, everything was good, and then after we'd been together a while, he started to become abusive, he started to become controlling. Anytime I wanted to go out with any friend, it was, who are you going with? I'd say it'd be a female friend, and he would automatically say I was cheating on him. During the relationship, he began raping me probably about 6 months into it. It would get to the point that I would be too tired, I wouldn't want sex, and he would turn around and tell me that no matter what, I had to give it to him. At the time, I was pregnant, and so I said no, and I would wake up the next morning to realize something had happened to me in the night. I have a 3-year-old daughter with Ron. She was conceived through the rape. I hate admitting that because it really hurts me to say that. I mean, I hope my daughter never finds out when she's older. Once we lost custody of our 3-year-old,
she's gonna find out now. She's gonna see Steve Volko and find out now. I mean, it's not like people can keep it quiet forever. I mean, come on, bro. But that's crazy. That's nuts.
things kind of escalated into a fight. I finally told him, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't take the constant abuse. I said, I'm done. I'm leaving. He told me I could not leave him. And then the state also told us, if you want your 3-year-old back, you guys have to stay together. I continued to live with Ron to keep to try and get our 3-year-old back. Plus, on top of that, he had told me, if you ever try and leave me, you will not get very far. While I was with Ron, Dylan came into the picture, and I started to date Dylan. And with Dylan, I found what I'd been looking for with Ron: somebody who cared, somebody who was there for me, somebody.
Ron looks like a rapist. Dylan looks like a serial killer. Okay, she's off to a great start in terms of picking men. Fuck it. Judge a book by its cover, guys. Judge me by my cover.
Who actually didn't question my every move. Ron did not know about the relationship with Dylan at first. I think somewhere along the way he might have figured it out. When I was pregnant with my 1-year-old, Dylan came over to Ron's mom's one day. I came out to talk to him. He found out I was pregnant. He goes, is it mine? I looked him straight in the eye, and I feel bad for doing this. I lied to him and said, no, it's not. But the truth is, I don't know if it's Dylan's. I don't know if it's Ron's. I can't say. I hope that Dylan is her father. I mean, if it comes out that he's not, it's gonna hurt me. But there's nothing I can do. If it comes out Ron is, I'm hoping, though, that the DNA test said Dylan's her father. I not only came here for the DNA test, but I came here to prove that all these years Ron abused me and raped me, because he's been going around telling everybody I'm making it up. I just want attention, that it never happened. And I want to by doing this, I want to let other girls out there that are thinking about dating him know what kind of person he truly is, to maybe save another girl from the same thing. Today, I hope that...
I'm sorry for pausing that. I'm just sitting here and wondering something, like, in terms of this man's intelligence, if a woman is accusing you of raping her for the longest period of time, why would you continue having sexual relations with this woman and even impregnating her in the first place? Again, right? They have 2 kids, right? Or maybe they have 1. Like, I think it's 2 by now, if I'm paying attention properly. Why would you continue having sex with her? If a woman was continuously, like, accusing me of raping her, I would have stopped the first time we had it. The first time after the time that, like, we let's say we had sex, and then immediately, like, not immediately after, but as soon as it reaches a point where one day she just says, he raped me, immediately we cut ties. And then, like, if it goes to court, it goes to court. We find out the truth, evidence, etc., etc. Hopefully I'm not one of those guys where the court will mistakenly send me to jail, because I'm not that type of guy. I've been in those situations. I've always listened to the woman, and when she said she didn't want to have sex, and I didn't have sex. I didn't have sex, and I've never regretted not, like, doing that at that time. I respected them. But in terms of, like, this, like, in that process, since I'm not that guy, I will go through that process. Hopefully they don't wrongfully convict me, and it doesn't, like, ruin my life, and now they're giving me a whole bunch of, like, 30 million and all. That will in no way make up for the time that I lost, because I could have been broke but still living life and still engaging in activities outside and still, like, being free. But instead you took all my time, and now you're trying to give me money to shut up and not, like, fight you. It's fucked up, you know? And then after that entire process, I just never speak to her or even acknowledge her existence again. I don't care if we in heaven and God tells me, okay, if God tells me to acknowledge you and somewhat forgive you, I have to obey the king. I have to obey the king. But other than that, dog, in terms of, like, here, dog, even if, like, I somehow find my own way to forgive you in my own way, even while in that own way, I'm never, like, associating with you or acknowledging your existence in this fucking universe ever again. So for this guy to continuously, like, have sex with her even while she's accusing him, tells me he's the rapist. It's either that or he's stupid. I wanted to say the R word, but I know maybe YouTube might censor me and, like, cancel me, right?
I find out my husband Dylan is the father of my 1-year-old, and I also hope that I can expose Ron for the rapist and manipulator and abuser that he is.
She says that you start raping her 6 to 7 months into the relationship, but then she stayed with you for 7.5 years.
I've never raped her. I am not that kind of person.
She never called the police?
No, she has not. The police have never been to my house. In my town where I'm from, you touch a woman and you will go to jail.
Well, that's a good thing.
That is, and I believe in that. I was raised, you do not abuse a woman for any reason. I had a feeling that they were messing around, so it didn't really surprise me that they got married and lied to me about it.
Now, Dylan says that he walked in while you were raping Cherokee.
I'm sorry, he was not allowed in the place that we were staying.
You ever walk in on you having sex?
No. He was not allowed on the premises. If he was
you and Dylan used to be friends.
Yes, we were. Being her fiance, I thought she had the right to have intercourse if she wanted. I'm sorry.
Okay. What a strange world.
You want to come out here and say I made it all up?
Yes, I do.
You have done it several times. Several people have seen it. Several people have seen you push me around in public.
How many times did you allege that he raped you?
You know, Steve, it's too many to actually count.
Too many to count. And you say it with a smirk.
It's because, I don't know, but it's too many to count. I can't keep
count of all the time. Why would you smirk about being raped?
I might have fucked up by judging the book by its cover. I'm sorry, Ron, if I judged you too excitedly, you know, because I was having fun with, like, guessing. Which is kind of fucked up for me as a person to have fun in such a serious topic. Let's see, bro. She's acting weird, dog. She's acting weird. She's acting like one of those women I just told you about. The ones who accuse you of rape and you didn't do it, and then your life is ruined and stuff, and all the time is gone, and then you get a bunch of money in your bank account, and fuck that shit.
Rape, though.
Because I got to the point that it's happened so many times. What am I supposed to do?
What's that?
I said it's happened to me so many times. What am I supposed to do?
Why did you stay with him for 7 years or 8 years if he was raping you the whole entire time?
To get the 3-year-old back, it would be better if we stayed together for the sake to get her back, that it might look better for the
So
state.
you allowed yourself to be raped to get a child back?
Yeah, I will admit, I made...
That's believable. Women put up with a lot. My mom put up with a lot to make sure I grew up provided for by my father. You know, my father wasn't like intensely abusive, but yeah, he was somewhat abusive. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I believe that part.
choices.
Why wouldn't you call the police ever?
I actually did 2 different times.
And what happened?
Both times. The first time I told them, they said, "Oh, your boyfriend or girlfriend?" I said, "Yeah." The police go, "Well, then he can do whatever he wants to you." The police are not big on you hitting women, yes.
The police came and said, "He's your boyfriend. He can do whatever he wants."
Yep. There's some police officers in our town that are actually crooked. They really are.
So...
She seems like a liar. But, after like I saw that Jeffrey Dahmer, like I read the story and everything, and then I saw the documentary, and then I came like to know about that time when they had a chance to save that child from Jeffrey, and the neighbor was insisting, "Yo, this child is underage, take him home, investigate this," and the police didn't do anything about it, and this guy kept on killing and raping through the gay community. That's when I realized the police are truly human too, and they can truly be like this, bro. The police, even in South Africa, bro, I've had instances where the police, like in situations, I've seen them live, they were just like, whatever. So America, it's not just you. It's not just you, America. This happens all around the world. Police are humans too. Teachers, everyone that provides a service, even though it has a lot of responsibility, they're still human, so they still fuck ups also. You know, they can still be fuck ups.
These reports to the police you would go and they'd say these crazy things to you, but then you would continue staying in a relationship with them.
Not really a relationship. I know I told him it was over.
But you went to bed with them every night.
Actually, we slept on separate spots in the room, or separate sides.
Did you sleep
Where
in the
we were
same bed, or
staying,
what?
we didn't have actually a bed to sleep in at all times.
I didn't say we did.
But we didn't always sleep side by side.
No, there's times we...
No, I've been told that you were arrested in the past for lying about being raped.
No. No, I was not.
Were you
I was
arrested?
arrested for false reporting, but it was not about a rape.
So you lied to the police.
Yes.
What'd you lie about?
I had a friend who got in trouble for his brother started a fight with him. His brother ended up turning around to press assault charges. I saw the fight happen, so I went to help my friend out to tell the police what happened. They put us in separate rooms. Told my
They cracked you.
now ex-friend said, if you turn on her and say that she made it all up, we'll let you go. So he turned on me. And I ended up having to do my time for it. I did my time.
How long?
90 days in jail and 18 months
90
probation.
days?
The judge in that town was, she's a mean one.
She's a what?
She's a mean one. She's
I mean,
one of those judges.
so
She's been on this for so long.
Was she corrupt?
No, but she's been a judge for so long, she knows.
So the judges are screwed up, the police are screwed up.
I didn't say the judge was screwed up. I just said she's a hard judge.
Forget breaking up with him. Why didn't you move out of the town?
I didn't have the resources to at the time.
Indeed.
Your wife says, you know, her and Ron were together a long time. She says she was repeatedly raped by Ron. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you ever ask her, well, why don't you leave? Why don't you call the police? Why don't you do something?
I had.
Women don't get offended by this, but I'm switching sides because she's not emotional enough. She's more dramatic and like full of antics than she should be emotional, because all the ones that we've even seen from my previous reactions, those women were very emotional. They were very vivid with what happened. They were very, like, you could even hear the way they're telling their stories, that the story had a certain attachment to their being and their souls that would be with them forever, and it was part of them, what they went through. You know what I'm saying? Her, she's just telling it, and then there's like multiple holes in her story. We're starting to discover shit about her that's not to her credit. And Ron, he looked like it from afar, but then when he's talking, he doesn't seem like that confident of a guy, man. You'd expect a guy to have more confidence to be a rapist. Don't cancel me, I'm sorry, but yeah. I'm switching sides. Let's see how this goes. I'm not just going to stay in the middle. Let me switch sides.
And every time it's basically young, dumb, stupid, and no guy's ever treated me different. So she didn't know better.
Yeah, but come on.
No guy's treated her the way a woman deserves to be treated.
And you treat her the right way.
I have to. I have to set an example. I was raised a gentleman.
That's good. So you said you walked in on Ron raping her. What happened?
Don't really remember much.
You don't remember your wife being raped?
No,
Nigga!
I remember her being raped. I don't remember what I did after that.
Nigga!
Why not?
Because I have a tendency to black out when I'm angry.
But we do know the police were never called.
Would you really want to call the police to...
Yes, I would really want to call the police.
True.
Okay. You took a DNA test, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Do you want to be the father?
I'd rather be the father than that scumbag.
And why is he a scumbag?
Well, if you call it justifiable to mentally and psychologically as well as physically beat, berate, and torture a woman, and then
And you believe all those things happened?
I've seen it.
You saw it.
I've seen him do it.
And did you ever do anything to stop it? Or did
Yeah.
you black out again?
Well, I stopped it. Someone yells at you for 7 years telling you...
Nigga, why wasn't there an altercation in the first place? You know, because, okay, in the previous reactions I've done to cases like this, right? The boyfriend and everything came after all this trauma happened. So even though he's amped up, he's not going to do something over spilled milk, you know, but he's still like there to support his woman, and he stands strong and firm, you know. But, let's just say in general, in life, if you've heard about rape situations, have you ever heard of a situation where the nigga walked in and then he saw his woman getting raped and then he just chilled? Nigga, we've had multiple cases where it's not even women getting raped, it's just women being in altercations of abuse and like physical like harm alone, where even children go and fight for their mothers, bro. Triple X Tentacion, R.I.P., Jase Onfraud. He told stories of when he was a kid, his mom was getting slapped around. He was fighting for his mom, biting people, trying to do anything in his little boy body to protect his mother by any means necessary, even kill. That's a child. You are a grown man with some weight to you, and you're talking very tough, guy. How can you talk this tough, and then when someone asks you, when you were seeing your woman getting raped, did you do anything? Especially in a situation where it's not like an unfair situation where a bunch of men are raping her, or one man is raping her and a bunch of his boys are around, which situations like that do happen, and then they're surrounding you and you can't do anything. It's like the sheer amount of numbers is like against you, you know? This one-on-one, you guys are right around the same size, and you're talking really tough. Why didn't you do anything?
You're worthless. You're
out for 7 years.
Yeah, well, she didn't have that option.
Why not?
He wouldn't let her go.
He wouldn't let her go.
I have seen him take her cell phone
Was
and
she
have
chained up in
family
the
block
basement?
the doors.
Was she chained up in the basement?
No.
Okay, then she could have walked out the door, right?
Did you hear what I said?
Okay. When the police came during the times that she said, couldn't she said, I'm being held captive, take me out of here?
Every time they've ever shown up, they always question her in front of him, and if she says anything that goes against him, she gets beat when they're gone.
Dylan, you came here and took a DNA test concerning Cherokee's 1-year-old daughter, and the result of that DNA test, Dylan, is that you are not the father of Cherokee's 1-year-old daughter. Is there anybody other than Ron that could be the father?
No.
So it's got to be Ron's.
Yes.
And if it's Ron's, this is a child that was brought into the world by a rape.
Yes.
Okay. DNA test, Ron, you are the father of Cherokee's. Damn it!
And that's his shot.
Okay. Biologically, you're her father. I'm sorry, that doesn't make you a dad. The one she cries to whenever she's having a bad dream is the one who runs in her room. That's Dylan. Once she met, 10 minutes after meeting him, she called him daddy and started hugging him. I'm sorry, you can be a father, but it takes a real man to be a dad.
Wait a second. 10 minutes after me, she said, Dad.
Yep. She reached up to him, he picked her up, she hugged him and said daddy.
When you came, we took a lie detector test and we asked you, do you ever have sexual intercourse with Cherokee without her consent? You answered no. Did you have sexual intercourse with Cherokee while she...
He's too confident. This bitch is too... He's too lying like... He didn't do it. He didn't do it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But in this instance, in this moment in time right now, I'm right. He didn't do it.
He was unable to consent. You answered no. Both results came back inconclusive. We couldn't get a result. So that doesn't mean you're guilty, doesn't mean you're not guilty. Maybe you did it, but we don't know. Do we have a conclusive result from, oh, there we go. Now we'll find out. Cherokee took a lie detector test, and I've been told we have conclusive results. Are you ready to go to jail for the rest of your life?
If I did it, yes.
Cherokee took a lie detector test, and we asked her, when Dylan walked in that night with Ron present, were your pajama bottoms off? You said yes. Did Ron have non-consensual intercourse with you? You answered yes. The results came back the same to each question, and they came back that you did not tell the truth. So, you were having consensual sex with them.
I probably said yes in my sleep, not knowing it. I do that a lot. Ask me any yes or no question in my sleep, you'll get a yes.
Okay, hold on. So you had consensual sex with Ron while your new husband watched. This guy who spent 8 years with you, who didn't do anything, you're like, listen, Did he ever mistreat you? I'm sure he did. Did you ever mistreat him? Sure you did. This is a two-way street here. But see, me admonish you for lying about rape, I don't think even matters to you. Because you're crazy and he's crazy. What do you think about that?
I'm angry about it, but relieved in a sense that I do care about my daughter.
You are going to stop saying that he raped you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I really do hope you can find happiness with Dylan. And I hope, no, seriously, you're married and I hope it works out for you. And I hope you have a nice, stable relationship into which to raise your children. But the serious lying that you've done in your past, that you've shown today, I really hope it stops. I hope that you can just be happy in your marriage, with raising your kids. And I hope that you can treat each other with a level of respect as both as parents, okay? Good luck to everybody. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, I fell for the hype in the beginning of this reaction. The beginning of this video, I've warned you guys from time to time to not to too quickly fall for the hype and shit. But as soon as I saw that face, man, when he wasn't even talking, man, I was like, man, this dude is a rapist. But then when I started hearing the story, when I started even listening to the guy, you know, it started changing my mind and stuff, as usual, you know. Rape is a serious offense, but, you know, when you start hearing the story, and especially her, she's not even a good lie. Because, like, I've even been in no, not situations of rape, just situations of, like, altercations with women. Regular, like, kid stuff, you know, where the chick is not only wrong, but she's such a good liar and manipulator and crybaby and all of this, that she just gets everyone to believe she's telling the truth until she fucks up the bag, fucks up the situation, and then everyone realizes, oh shit, it was a lie. She actually did 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit's hit the fan. Now what are we gonna do? And everyone pretty much quiets the shit down to alleviate, like, the consequences around everybody, basically. Those women that I've encountered, and those women that that I've overall heard about also, even my father has dealt with stuff like that at work as a foreigner in South Africa, etc. Different men, like, that I know personally, they've dealt with that, etc., etc. In those instances, those women were such good liars. They had no holes in their stories for every single one of us that I know that have had these types of instances with these women, these altercations. None, okay, my father, it had to do with, like, something like this, which ended up, like, it was discovered she was telling a lie, right? Not exposing anything about my dad or anything like that. It was a lie, folks. It was a lie. That woman was lying. She was fired, etc., etc. But those women were such good liars, guys. They were such good liars that it was too late by the time people realized this. You know? Now imagine a dangerous situation like this. Because we have seen instances. Shit, I saw this story like this like a week ago of a man who was released from prison. It turned out just like this situation that I've even like given an example of. It was found that he didn't rape the woman that accused him of raping him, and he's lost all the time he could have had with his kids, his grandchildren, and everything. He was in jail. She was telling a lie, but she was such a good liar. It gets that serious. Now, this woman, you could tell from even, like, I think I've paused this thing so much, this reaction video is even longer than it should be. From those first instances, bro, from, like, when she started getting interviewed, like, you could tell, she's starting, like, it's not sounding right, bro. Her story had too many holes. Her personality, the way she acted, her antics, it was too much, bro. So, Ron, if you ever see this reaction video, I just want to say I'm sorry for judging you and how you look. I have friends who look like you. I think 2 or 3. You know those type of schlumpy, like, friend nerd guys, you know. And they're literally the best and most loyal friends you can have, bro. They always down to talk. They always, like, you know, generous and shit. So why did I judge you when I have friends like you, bro? I'm sorry. And this bitch should be in prison. Period. You've been accusing a man for rape for several years. You've been fucking up his life. You should be thrown in jail, bro. There should be a consequence, right? Like for all these types of stories, there should be a consequence where women are, even after like it's discovered years later that they were lying and they ruined someone's life, they should be charged. It shouldn't just be give him a bunch of money. It should be give him a bunch of money, or even like alleviate the amount of money you need to give him, and then take time away from her and charge her and crucify her for fuck shit like that. I am Riz Ill. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining me today. I gotta bounce. I'm being called. I saw like text messages. Bye.